Show me the explanations from Quran. Show me.
It says it's a detailed explanation of everything.
The detail is about the laws.
No, it says everything.
No, everything is about the laws.
No, it says detailed explanation of everything, not of everything about the law.
It's the same as this laws.
But the other
You said okay.
It's the same.
All right, so let's see if it says everything about the laws. Okay.
It's God. It's God. It's God.
him, of course.
For what?
To everything.
To explain the Quran.
To explain the Quran?
Yes.
But
Why?
the Quran says that it itself explains everything.
It doesn't say the self.
It does.
No, you take it out, it comes, it doesn't say that.
It
Even
does.
during Prophet Muhammad time, people got to him to explain to
Yeah, but
things
the
about
Quran says that.
That's why when he said you, he said all you in Quran is about Prophet Muhammad, which is not correct.
I understand.
Doesn't even make sense.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't make sense.
So this
book.
I understand this, but this is the issue. Like I understand everything you're saying. You're saying that the Quran says this thing, and then Muhammad explains things, right?
I don't want to
understand.
you. Even in Quran, if
I understand.
you need something in the Quran, go to Prophet Muhammad.
Well, so this is where this is where I disagree.
Okay.
Because I disagree that the Quran says that.
Listen to me. It's the whole book of Quran. Can I finish?
Wait, you cut me off.
Okay. Now, one sentence.
One more thing? Okay, go ahead.
They don't understand what
It's a whole book
I'll
that
listen to
has
you.
many different faces.
Okay.
You need to explain it is not something for ordinary people.
I agree.
Okay, it
That's the
goes in
problem.
level. If you are smart, it goes smarter than you. If you are like low middle, you need. You cannot read it and
I got
translate
you.
it by yourself.
I got
okay?
you.
It's for a whole human.
I got you.
So that's why Allah send it to the people.
I got you.
Okay, when you need read it, you have to at least put an effort to understand it.
I understand.
You just can't take a word out of context and then you understand.
I understand.
Okay.
So
even in
let me
Quran,
respond there.
go to the Prophet Muhammad. We need it.
You gotta let me respond.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. So I understand what you're saying. I don't want you to think that I don't. I hear everything that you're saying, but this is the issue he's bringing up, okay? The issue he's bringing up is that the Quran makes clear statements that it itself is a detailed explanation of everything. That it itself explains everything. So he's saying,
I'll answer.
okay.
I get it.
So he's saying he's not understanding what you're saying.
Okay.
He said the Quran, what you guys are saying, is going against the blanket statements the Quran makes when it says it itself is clear and explained. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not okay.
I will answer. I get it.
Okay.
Even in the Quran itself, it said if you have any issue related to Quran, or you need anything to the Quran that explain, or you have any question to the Quran, please go to the Prophet Muhammad.
The Quran doesn't say that.
Okay, I open to you Quran.
Okay.
I open to you. Okay. I open to you the verse.
Yeah. I'm gonna see the verse.
It's in Quran.
I might be wrong, but
that's why Quran is say have many.
Okay, let me see.
Muhammad himself is evil. When he was
It's okay, sister.
68 years old with 9
No, not true.
It's okay. Let's not get him away from this one.
You guys just waste your energy. That is
It's okay. We're planting seeds.
First things is first. Muhammad is a
It's okay, man. It's okay, sister.
So you're about to show a verse where it says, if you have question the Quran, go to Muhammad. Real quick. So what?
In English, I would try.
Yeah.
I'm not having.
What chapter and verse?
Yeah, the chapter and verse was the chapter.
Muhammad himself is a
Women 59.
Wait,
Chapter Women 59.
Women.
What's that?
4. Chapter 4.
Surah
Anissa?
Women 59.
Yeah.
59?
Yeah.
Okay.
they are just
59.
fooled by
Okay. All you have believed, obey Allah and obey the messenger and those in authority among you. And if you disagree over anything, refer to Allah and the messenger if you should believe in Allah in the last day.
Yeah.
So do you see the cut?
The Quran itself, it translates itself. Yes.
It doesn't say if you question the Quran and go to Muhammad.
No,
if you guys
in Arabic, it's
Quran says
No,
Prophet
okay.
Muhammad explains
so
the Quran.
so if you it says obey Allah and obey the messenger and also obey those in authority over you.
Authority.
If you guys have meaning the scholars, right, and their leaders.
No, it's Ulil Amr is mean like Ali after him.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Ali is the same as when it was said the long story.
Oh, so you're Shia.
Yes. of
Okay,
course.
got you. Okay, so so that obey those people that's in authority, right? That succeeds Muhammad. Okay, and then if you guys have disagreement, refer back to
them. Okay.
Right? So it doesn't say that if you are in question about the Quran, then to go back to Muhammad.
Yeah, that's another about what? About Quran. This is the way the disagreement about the Quran.
It doesn't say that.
It's there here.
Why why you can't
Anything. If you have any issue, if you
with what?
disagree
About
on
what?
Anything.
About what?
Anything in your life.
Right, if you okay,
Anything.
exactly.
Quran,
So,
outside Quran, in your life, outside your life, anything.
but that's
anything.
I got you. So this is talking about disagreements, right?
Any disagreement,
Right.
or like this, any disagreement or issue.
Okay,
About
but,
any issue, it's
but
very clear. Huh?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
So disagreement.
Arabic, okay.
I believe. So can we agree that like a disagreement that you can have with somebody is different from maybe a question that you might have about the Quran?
Because you could say you mean Prophet Muhammad, or you mean Jews, or you Christian. That's why we disagree. Okay?
Yeah, but you-
Because we disagree in something.
I understand,
okay?
but
even
you-
in the Bible it says something you. It doesn't mean maybe Muslim.
but you-
people, you, everyone can.
Yeah, but us having
Yeah,
us having a disagreement
Who-
is not
who
the
can
same
decide?
as. I got you.
Who
so
decide?
well, that's the
Who decides what doesn't mean
the
you?
Quran does.
and who? He said who?
No, the-
Quran, Prophet Muhammad.
No, he doesn't mention the Quran
I
here.
told you that the verse.
Yeah, the verse doesn't mention the Quran.
No, he said do it. Go to back to Allah, which Allah means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's to God. How to you go
Are
to
you-
God?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the word of God. It's Quran.
okay, so when you obey Allah and obey the messenger, means that, so when they say obey Allah means follow the Quran, and you're saying obey the messenger means follow Hadith?
What?
Like when it says obey Allah, how do you obey Allah? Like, how do you know that you're obeying Allah?
The word of God. We have
Okay, so Quran.
now, yeah.
Okay.
We don't have the Prophet.
I got you.
That's why.
I got you. And then it says obey the messenger, which will be obeying Muhammad.
But
How
we
do you
have
do
Prophet
that?
Muhammad now.
I know,
Yeah,
but
we
how do
don't
you?
live in this time, so that we don't have it.
I know, but how do you? So is that like that part doesn't
No,
stand anymore
no,
now?
We have the Quran. Only we have. That's the left.
So you can only obey Allah now, not the messenger.
We have the Quran. Yeah, okay. We have his. We know Sunnah, like his Hadith.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay, good. So when you say, would you say the Hadith, the Sunnah, is a way that you obey the Prophet?
That's we have left.
Okay, got you. All right, that works for me.
And we have other simple words. Long story.
Okay, good.
Good.
Okay, good. So now, when it comes to explaining the Quran,
Yes.
right? So not just a disagreement you might have with a brother or a friend, but
I just saw it.
right. So to explain the Quran, if there's something in the Quran that's not explained, where do you go to get the explanation?
Explanation in
Muhammad.
Hadith.
Muhammad.
Okay.
How?
Well, we
It's
have,
in
Well,
we have
hadith.
the Hadith.
You're saying hadith. Okay.
Okay.
So the issue that what you're saying, you got to go outside the Quran to
there's
get the explanation.
Third people.
I got you.
أولي الأمر منهم.
Okay.
Which is Imam.
I got
Outside
you.
of the Quran.
So
Okay,
all
Imam.
I got you. So these sources are
Yeah.
outside the Quran that you get the explanation,
Yeah.
right? So here's the issue. The issue is that the Quran says that you get the explanation from the Quran.
No, this
you
is
don't
from
need to
Prophet.
go outside.
No, but
But this is
show me
one
that.
side of,
Show me the
Prophet.
explanations from Quran. Show me
It
that.
says it's a detailed explanation of everything.
The detail is about the laws.
No, it says everything.
No, everything is about the laws.
No, it says detailed explanation of everything, not of everything about the law.
It's the same as his laws.
But the other
You said
verse
okay.
It's the same.
All right, so let's see if it says everything about the laws. Okay.
But the other verse.
Chapter
they
12,
go
verse
to
111.
Prophet Muhammad. It's the same.
6115.
No, not 6115. Chapter 12, verse 111, brother.
Or is not one verse. In other verse, it says it's about the law.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
But
says
the other
All right,
verse
show me
go to
that.
the Prophet
You,
Muhammad.
look, I'm gonna give you 6115 doesn't say that's about the laws.
6114.
I don't know if it's the same way that you
12,
have
12 111.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, that's the one.
But you cannot
There
take
is
one
certain-
verse and leave the other.
Say that again.
You cannot take one verse and leave the other.
I agree.
Yeah. You
I
cannot
got-
mix this and take this.
I-
And I said I don't want to take this. I want to tell.
No, I agree.
But I show you now. It said go to the Prophet Muhammad. That's all.
Oh, not for explanations. It didn't say that.
Say anything.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
for explanation, you
Anything.
can-
No, it said if you have a disagreement, if you have
Yeah,
any
that's what I'm
disagreement.
disagreeing now.
Okay,
what
so
we're doing now.
Okay, so
we disagree, right?
oh, and,
We are
and who does it say to go to if you disagree?
It's Quran.
No, it doesn't. It
Quran
says go
says-
to the people with
Yeah,
authority.
The Quran and then Prophet Muhammad and
No, it doesn't say that.
Which is like Ali and
Brother,
it
brother.
says that
In chapter
you cannot
4
take one verse and leave the other.
No, listen. I'm not. I hear what you're saying. I don't want to be disingenuous. I'm gonna take it in context, like you said. I'm gonna use all the verses together.
All
Look,
the Quran, not all the verses. All the Quran.
that's all the verses. The same thing, brother. Come on. Look. O you who believe, obey Allah and obey the Messenger, and those who are in authority. If you differ in anything amongst yourselves, so not in the disagreement of if you differ amongst yourselves in anything, refer it, right? I got you. So refer to Allah and His Messenger, and I'm sorry. Allah, refer to Allah and His Messenger. If you, I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Thank you, man. Goodness gracious. If you believe in Allah and the last day, that is better and more suitable for the final determination. Okay, so
Final very clear.
yeah,
No,
I understand.
I like this.
So here's my issue.
Yeah.
Our issue is that you obey Allah, obey the messenger, got it. Obey those in authority, we get it. If you differ, refer it back to Allah and the messenger. Now, you don't have that, but you have the Sunnah and the Quran right now, right? If you have differences, to solve these differences or whatever. When it comes to the explanation of the Quran, let's say this too. This can, I agree that this can go into differences that you might have. I agree, right? However, the Quran says that it itself is a detailed explanation of everything.
Everything is about the laws.
So even if I were to grant,
Justice and the law.
well, it says it's not just about justice and law. It's
No,
about
it says justice.
everything.
It says, no, it says
It says
justice and law.
it's okay. Let's
take it out
Detailed
of-
explanation of
I
all
think this
things.
is not the point.
It's not in this verse.
Listen,
See
there
that?
is differences in Christianity itself. It's not settled.
Go,
Right.
A lot. There is like maybe
12.
30,000
It's not in this
sects
verse.
in Christianity.
but
Protestant,
this
Catholic,
verse
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
disagreement.
Yeah, there's differences.
Where do you
It's
go?
about the
But in
laws.
this-
Well, we refer to the Bible and to church history to see how these things were discussed and handled out at the councils.
But it's not settled right now.
Well, of course, there's differences. So you know,
Yeah, how many Christian sects do we have now?
I don't know. There's
I googled last time I see 33,000.
How many sects does Allah allow you to have?
He's granting it. He's agreeing.
I'm talking. We have disagreement among Christianity itself. Okay.
That's true.
Well, yeah. Where you go to?
But
disagree?
our point
We
is,
go to the Bible, right?
yeah. But listen,
Now listen to me. Easy. How you settle your differences in the Christianity?
All right.
There are wars. Well, so many wars.
Can I tell you why this is not analogous?
And so many wars and so many, differences.
brother, can I tell you why this is not analogous? It's
Yeah.
like it doesn't match the
Yeah,
situation. The reason why it's different is because the Bible doesn't claim to be a detailed explanation of everything. It doesn't. So, but the Quran does.
No, your Bible
So
doesn't
that's
say
so that's where it's different for us.
Show me what's the age
Say
of
that
marriage
again?
at the time
You
of
take
Moses.
one
It's not
verse.
the
No, brother. There's multiple verses that say that in the Quran.
Listen, it's about what? That's why you
It says everything.
Yeah, it's detailed about everything.
About
But it
truth
says
and
other
justice.
verse. It said to go back if you disagree.
So
And
is that a
even-
contradiction?
Listen to me. Even Quran said itself, after the Prophet Muhammad, people will disagree. Okay, it's like prophecy for the Quran. So you cannot take this out of this and this. You have to mix all the both.
So would
okay?
that be a contradiction then?
No, it's not contradiction for the disbeliever. Even Quran say for itself, this.
friend.
Listen, I will come to one sentence. Quran itself say the prophecy about the people who will read, like me and you now. This will be, let's say, contradiction for disbeliever, and like for believer will be like more confident. More like.
It has nothing to do with you being a
but
believer or
even,
not.
but even the Quran say it in the future that people will disagree. I will bring this in the future.
But then-
Can you give me an
mutashabih.
example of what they would disagree on
What do you
and
mean?
why?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about the Quran being detailed and explained, right? Yeah. About
Detail
everything.
in truth and justice. Detail in truth and
It says
justice.
detailed about everything.
Detail the explanation
Everything is
of
about
everything,
truth
right?
and justice.
Now, why would there be
Test
a
people.
misunderstanding
Yeah.
or a difference if the Quran is supposed to be detailed and explained?
Detail
That-
explanation.
if there was a misunderstanding
Let
of
me-
the
let me
of
explain.
the
It's a good
verse,
question.
Okay, I get your point. I get
Okay,
It's a
your
good
point.
question.
The God, Allah, God.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If He wants, He will make all humans same one religion, and all of them believe in Him, and all will go to heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, but He doesn't want that. He creates humanity different. Okay, and He tests people to believe or not. Okay, right now we don't have prophet. Okay, let's say you don't have Jesus, we don't have Prophet Muhammad. You cannot believe, convince me, I cannot convince you. We don't have Prophet, I cannot make miracle, you cannot give me miracle. We have only Quran, which is believe are a complete book. For you, it's the Bible, which is written.
the Quran is complete.
For us, I cannot say.
But you
For
need,
complete.
you need the Hadith.
Listen to me, listen to me.
You don't-
That's my point.
You can't say the Quran
Thomas,
is
you
complete
always
and need the
cut me.
Hadith, my friend.
You always
That's it.
talk. You never
I know,
listen.
because you hate when I say that you need the outside
Thomas,
sources.
you never listen. That's your problem. You will never listen, okay? For Muslim, it's complete. For you, it's not.
No, it's
complete.
not. You need
Okay.
the Hadith.
No, we don't need the hadith. Are complete
You don't.
book.
So you don't need the
To
Hadith.
explain, okay? As it's
Do you
book,
need
it's
the
complete.
Hadith or no?
Okay,
Complete is
to
just
complete.
the Bible does.
Do you need the
laws.
Hadith
For what?
for anything?
For anything.
For anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
The hadith only to explain the Quran. But Quran.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay. So
Quran
my
complete.
friend, basically, and we're going to end this because it's getting cold.
Yeah.
The Quran is not complete because you need, and you admitted that you need the Hadiths to give you the explanations, even though Allah already says that it's detailed explanation of all things.
The detail
It's
is
a
about the
complete
laws.
as a book, as a whole
Detail is
book.
about the
Okay.
law.
It doesn't mean it's not a
but
Hadith
it's
book.
not complete.
No, it's just about how to pray. Okay?
No, it's
Details.
not.
No.
It's not just about to pray.
About the
It's
law,
about the stories, about how
No,
to
no,
pray,
no, story,
about
no
who
story.
Muhammad was,
No, this is
about who
historical
Jibril
book.
was, about who
It's historical.
everything.
It's a
It
complete
says
book as
everything.
itself.
It says everything.
Complete book. It's a
So
complete book.
so when you
Your point is not. I mean, it makes sense.
when you say that the Quran is a complete book,
I
what do you
didn't
mean?
even listen.
What do you mean
cut
by
me.
complete?
Listen. You always. I was telling you. As I was debate, you always cut me off.
We're listening now.
Yeah, I was answering one point and
Okay,
you
go ahead,
jumped to
go ahead,
other
go ahead.
section, okay? And you said why? Because God wants to test people, okay?
So when it comes to
testing people, cannot be easy.
so you're saying that
Okay.
when it comes to the Quran, if they have disagreements in the Quran, it's because Allah is testing them.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Testing people and to believe or disbelieve.
Okay.
And make it clear for them. Okay? You
And
have to believe the Prophet.
Okay, but okay.
It's like
this
Jesus too.
What does that have to do with
so this is the so the issue is with me is that
Yes, yes.
so the issue with me is that okay. So Allah, there's disagreement with people who are reading the Quran because they are being tested by Allah, right? To believe or disbelieve. So that's why, even though the Quran's supposed to be clear, it's not clear for some. Is that what you're saying? It's not clear for specifically the disbeliever?
Absolutely, of course. You don't believe in Quran. That's why you don't believe. If you believe in Quran, you will be Muslim. That's
Okay.
why. That's the point.
So
it's clear,
brother.
Yeah,
So this
that's true.
so I heard your
Your
point. I understand your
And
point, right?
I like you the way you do.
Thanks.
You
Thomas,
you're
he's a bad cop. I'm a good cop.
You never listen. You always cut off. You always listen over.
But he understands. That's the point. He understands it.
Allah wanted it that way.
No, not that way. You are not like you always talk over. It's a very difficult.
So all right. So we understand your position. Okay.
This is how you debate.
I'm
where
learning.
it goes.
So we understand your
Be like
position.
him. Okay.
He's a bad cop. I'm a good cop. So
Not bad, Kevin. Especially not discussion. He's like arguing, but only.
So I got you. So we understand your position. Okay. So this is where the issue comes still.
Can we have to go?
Okay. Last point. Okay. Last point, and this is it. I got you. I got you. I got you. Last point is this, because it's code for us too.
No, I mean,
So,
we have time.
I got you. Here's the problem with us. Okay. When we read the Quran, it's not because we don't believe in it. It's not because we have something against the Quran. We're reading it openly, right, with a critical mind. Right, we're using critical thinking, and we see things that we see. Quran makes very clear, blatant statements like what we're talking about. It's a detailed explanation of everything. We see verses like what you showed, that obey Allah and obey the messenger and those in authority over you. If you have differences, go back to the messenger and Allah. We see these clear verses, right? Very clear statements. There should be no confusion about that, right? The issue is that when we read the Quran and we hold the Quran to what it says, it's a detailed explanation of everything. To have to go outside of the Quran, it's
They need to
understand?
Yeah.
No, he's much better.
Are you
He's much
interrupting
better.
No.
Are you
I'm not
interrupting
interrupting,
him?
but I
Yeah,
think
come on, man.
they
Are you
are
interrupting him?
together like match. They match together. Me and you, we should. To him, you stick
You're one
together.
level below me. Don't interrupt him.
No, he's talking. I'm
Look,
listening to you.
so when there's details missing in the Quran, if you have to go outside of the Quran to get explanations or details, that shows that these statements the Quran makes are not true when it says it's a detailed explanation of everything. So I can understand if the Quran just said it was a detailed explanation. I can understand, there could be things that are explained, there could be ambiguous things that are, not so clear. But when it makes the statement absolute, it's a detailed explanation of everything, that's when it's like, okay, that's a problem, because it's not. You need outside sources to help.
Okay, good point. Okay. Your name?
Avery.
Avery.
Yes.
Isa.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet
Tell him what
you.
Islam means. Never mind.
You need to get the discussion.
That's where it started. He was talking
Okay,
about
your
Islam
point is
anyways.
good. Okay, if you need a book, I will ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you want to write a book about everything, details of everything in the world, how many books do you need to write?
Well,
You need a
Sure.
we call it encyclopedia, right?
Yeah.
You write everything, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's still, if you need something encyclopedia, we go to Google, right? And even Google sometimes doesn't give you everything. Do you think Quran can be in this book in
No,
314? I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Does it make sense the translation or how do you explain to yourself? Doesn't make sense.
No, I agree with you.
That's why I'm telling you this verse is taken out of context. Okay, it's explains something, and Quran has other verse to explain it. That's the other verse. That's the way it's to explain something, and this verse explains something. The other verse say to you, if you disagree in anything or you want anything to be explained, go to the Prophet. Okay. During Prophet time, people go to the Prophet.
What if the Prophet doesn't explain something?
During his time?
Yeah.
Why? What reason? What the reason?
Like for example, like the crucifixion, for example, right? The crucifixion of Jesus. The Quran says it was made to appear that he was crucified, right? Now Muhammad doesn't talk about this. He doesn't explain that. What it means, what happened, who made it appear so, what happened, was he replaced, or was it an illusion that Allah placed? Muhammad doesn't explain it, right? So this is like a big mystery.
But this is like history. You're talking about like if you said Prophet Muhammad didn't say it, this is like you need a historian to go read all the book in the history written, or maybe you find he talk or not, okay? Because we didn't.
But no one has the there's so many different nobody knows.
Yeah, but I mean the point is to say he didn't explain it. We don't know. Maybe he explained to him, maybe not. Why we need a historian to go read all the book in the world written during this time in the period, or go back in time in history,
but notice,
or go back in time by time machine and see if the Prophet said
do
or
you,
not.
do you see my point? My point, look, because even if I go with what you're saying, right? If I go with what you're saying, that okay, if there's something that's unexplained in the Quran, go back to Allah and His Messenger.
Yeah.
But if Allah and His Messenger don't have it explained, then we're in the mystery, and then we'll still have something that's not explained.
Prophet Muhammad during his time could explain everything to them.
Except the crucifixion. That's one of the things he didn't.
But me and you weren't during his time, right? How do you claim that he
The Sunnah and
even
Hadith.
the Sunnah is history. Sunnah, not all of it correct, and it's history.
Right.
It's people written by people. It said someone said something, that's something. Okay, it's like the book fruit.
I understand.
Same thing. It's like history. Okay, someone wrote a book about history, not any other book. We don't know it has the full details, but because it's 1400 years ago. Okay?
Would you agree?
Time ago.
So you would agree that what we have so far, if we wanted to get Muhammad's explanation, all we have to rely on, particularly when it comes to Muhammad, is the Sunnah, right? To get his breakdown and his explanation of things.
And the Sunnah is very, very detailed and have thousands.
I agree.
Hundreds, thousands of books.
I agree. Now,
millions of books.
Exactly. Now watch this. There's so many hadith.
Yeah.
Not one of them explain what happened at the crucifixion. No. Not one.
I read a book. If you want, I can give you.
Yeah, I would love.
But I mean, any library, Islamic library, go online.
So there's a book where Muhammad explains what happened at the crucifixion. What book is that?
I mean, a lot of books. If you want, I can give you, but I don't have it right now. Okay.
Oh.
Even if you Google.
Okay, I've never seen that.
Part of history. And it's explained very detailed.
So,
and even, there's a movie,
No,
movie and story.
I'm not talking about.
What happened? What happened at the crucifixion? Since you read it, what happened?
But it was Judas.
Okay.
God punished him and he made him look like.
But Muhammad doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't say that.
Where does Muhammad teach this?
It's not Muhammad. Muhammad said to his people, okay, this is the story, okay? And people after him, they wrote it. But some part of it, they don't. It's not like, during Muslim, it's not like a big issue to write it down.
But Muhammad wasn't there. I would have to have been revelation from Jibreel, and Muhammad would have written down in the Quran with the details.
Or somebody would have.
I mean, if Prophet Muhammad write a book like that, 1400 years ago.
He didn't write anything like that.
Okay, listen. He taught people to listen, okay, to write. Ali wrote a book, Fatima wrote a book, and other companions, they have a book. But politics will not leave you a book, and even the book will stay. Maybe 100 years and it can be, damaged. You cannot have like all history and book. I mean, give me a book, Bible, 2,000 years.
No, but
you have Bible all 2,000 years.
That's not our argument.
That's the point. You want authentic book from 1,400 years.
No, not
That's a
necessarily,
big
brother.
point,
Because
right?
no, not necessarily. Because I understand that even the Hadith manuscripts don't go back to Muhammad's time.
Yeah,
right?
but that's the point.
I know, but these are narrations that people get from Muhammad, right? So what I'm saying is
Okay,
that do they have a narration where Muhammad it says we heard the prophet say, and then what happened at the crucifixion?
Prophet Muhammad, we call in our religion. Our religion is city of knowledge. Okay, he has everything. Not everything during his time, and after his time, and before his time. And
Okay.
the gate of knowledge is Ali.
Okay.
Knowledge, the whole world.
Okay.
That's why Islam conquered almost huge part of the world from desert of Arabia.
Okay.
It's not, you think is someone. If you go to Arabia and make a new religion, I try to conquer the world right now, we'll change an idea in Arab world. You will never succeed in that. That's why it's like a miracle to go a land in Arabia where they are at that time maybe they have nothing and they know nothing and change them to conquer the world. How? You need a miracle. I would say a miracle. Even politics, it's not easy. It's very difficult.
I disagree, but how does that help with this? What we're talking
about? That's the point. Point is Prophet Muhammad, city of knowledge. Okay, we believe he is the most knowledgeable person ever, and he wrote not about his time and even after his time, but the books we don't have it because either damage or politics.
Okay, so
that's my point.
So let me make sure I understand you correctly.
Not even after him, Ali, the gate of knowledge, he wrote a lot about other things.
So let me try to make sure I understand you.
And during his time, after time, or before his time.
I got you. So I'm gonna try to see.
Yeah.
So are you saying that there's probably some information that Muhammad had and shared that we presently don't have right now?
A lot, or most of it.
Okay, and you're saying that the crucifixion, the details of the crucifixion might be among those things?
Everything. Not only because crucifixion in Islam is not that big. It's not our religion,
Yeah, but it's the Christian religion.
Yeah, yes, it's meant for you, but for us, it's like okay.
It was big enough for Allah to touch on it to say, hey guys, it didn't happen, right?
So
okay,
have a lot.
Okay, so this is what this. So let me be clear what I'm asking for. Okay, so if I'm granting you your position that if there's something that's not explained in the Quran, when it says it's an explanation of everything, part of that is referring back to the messenger and referring back to Allah, right? If the Quran doesn't explain what happened at the crucifixion, then Muhammad would explain what happened at the crucifixion, what it means that it was made to appear and what took place, so there's no confusion, right? So there would have to be a narration from Muhammad, an authentic narration from Muhammad, where he's breaking down Surah 4:157, right? If that doesn't exist, then we don't have an explanation from Muhammad where he's breaking this down, and therefore we're lacking an explanation that the Quran mentions. So the Quran is lacking the explanation, and the Sunnah is also lacking the explanation, which then...
I'll explain quick. The Quran, it touch stories, let's say, in Arabic we call awjaz, or tell me in summary, okay? Don't take too long. Quran doesn't take too long to explain anything. You just start the story and the main point, you understand it, okay? This is the main point, this is it, this is how is it. In Arabic we call this is the absolute eloquence. I say you don't go in details and write in book.
But that's
listen to me. Okay. If you write this detailed story, how many books you need to write about the crucifixion?
If you're talking about just the crucifixion, all you might need is just 4 books. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Yeah? Okay, 4 books.
Maybe just one.
Yeah, 4 books. How many prophets? We have so many prophets. If he talks all details about our prophet, it's gonna be long. I read the book through it. It's very long.
Let's keep it focused on the crucifixion. If you need a crucifixion, you need one book.
We have it in Shia and Sunni. We have the same story about crucifixion and Jesus. Very detailed. Okay, you can read it
from Muhammad.
Yeah, from Muhammad and his companion.
Very detailed.
So I need it from Muhammad, not from Muhammad.
Yeah, but Quran is mentioned. Story shortly. That it was, shubbaha lahum, which is they were how do I say it?
Doubt?
Yeah, doubt, someone else.
Yeah.
This is the short, okay? It's like Joseph's
It was made to appear so.
Joseph's story. If you give me a summary of it.
Joseph's story?
Yeah, you can write it in 1 page, or you can write 10 10 books.
Trust me, I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying, but because that's why the point. The summary is you can talk to the Prophet Muhammad and Ali, and there is in Shia and Sunni.
But the see that
Okay.
the
That's
Quran,
my answer you.
the Quran is no. So this is where it's lacking for me. The Quran doesn't claim to be a summary of all things.
there's no summary, don't
I
need
know,
a summary.
but it claims to be a detailed explanation of everything. So if the Quran is missing details and explanations, you're saying, oh, well, we could just get it from the Prophet. Okay, if we go to the Prophet and we don't find it anywhere in the Sunnah, then the details and explanation is missing from both Sunnah and Quran. And therefore, the claim here in both verses, 459, and the other verses we were showing, it shows that there's a lack of detail and explanation that the Quran promises is there.
The detail is about the law.
About the law, bro.
No, this isn't.
Yes, yes, it says at the verse.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll show you.
No, it says everything.
Everything about the law.
Everything
Okay.
But
Well,
it
yeah.
say the other verse, if you disputed anything, go to the Prophet.
Yes, and when I go to the Prophet, if there's no answer in the
No, there's
crucifixion,
answer,
then what?
there's answer of it.
So
There's a lot of
I would like to
answers.
see that. Because I never seen this before. So
If you want, I can show you.
Yeah, yeah.
Shia and Sunni. Okay?
yes.
It's very detailed.
You start wrapping it up.
Hmm?
You start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
You want Sunni or Shia?
What do you rely on? Anything where we can see where Muhammad talks about it. Do you know of any hadith where Muhammad talks about the crucifixion, like he explains what happens?
A mass hypnotism happened.
Is that what Muhammad says?
No, but this is what it clearly the verse
Right.
shows.
Okay.
Shia.
It's like
They
a,
killed him, not crucified him, but also wanted to beat him. That's not the hadith. You
Yeah.
need to look for the hadith itself.
it's kind of in general.
This painting.
Yeah, from what I know, brother Issa, from what I've seen, there's no hadith where Muhammad directly is speaking about the crucifixion, like he's explaining what happened. I haven't seen it before, you know.
I can refer to you. I've read before so many, and through Ali, his companion, through other companion.
Want to get my
Because
email?
this is- Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you my email,
Oh, that's fine.
and if you find something, you can email it to me, and I'll check it out.
I don't know. I guess.
Have a good night, man. It's nice to meet
I like
you.
talking to you. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Yes,
Thomas,
absolutely.
you need to learn from you. Okay.
Thomas does good. Thomas does good.